بذكر الله ترتاح القلوب وتنزاح المتاعب والكروب.
بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم. Abu Hanifah Nuʿmān ibn Thābit, again one of the great scholars of Islam and arguably one of the most greatest fuqaha in Islam, if not the greatest, then definitely amongst the greatest. His title was Imam Al-A'zam, the great or the most great Imam. And Imam Shafi'i rahimahullah, he said his famous phrase about Abu Hanifa, even though he didn't meet Abu Hanifa, he said الناس عيال على أبي حنيفة في الفقه. The people are really dependent on Abu Hanifa in terms of the fiqh and his work, his sincerity, his due course, and obviously with the tawfiq of Allah, has made his views, his school spread throughout the Muslim world today, that it is amongst the, well, it is the top school of jurisprudence of madhahib amongst the Muslims today, the Hanafi school. But Hanifa was a great man, not only in the sense that of his fiqh, but in terms of his akhlaq, in terms of his adab, in terms of his interaction with people. And there is a narration that Abu Hanifa rahimahullah, he had a neighbor who was a little bit of an annoyance. This neighbor used to drink wine to late hours, and he used to have a guitar, and he used to sing, play music, and just a lot of partying, I suppose, in that sense. And Abu Hanifa was patient with this person because obviously knowing the rights of a neighbor is important, and it's always good to try and keep good relations with and to be patient as much as you're possible. And amongst the things that Abu Hanifa, when he was listening to his neighbor, this young man, he used to sing a song, or the poetry of other people, because those are the songs of the past, really, the poetry, which was أضاعوني وأي فتى أضاعوا. They had lost me, or even like they had betrayed me, or they have denied me, neglected me. And what a great young man they have neglected. This is a poetry that was sung by somebody else. Maybe we could talk about his story in a different video. But he was basically singing these songs. Now, on one occasion, he must have been drunk and had walked in the streets or gone out. So the police who were patrolling the streets, they picked him up, and as they pick people on drunken behavior, and they took him and they imprisoned him, either to wait his punishment or to sober up, or the like, or the judge might have to look at the matter and so on. So Abu Hanifa noticed that one night everything is quiet. There's no noise, no music, no singing. What's happened to our neighbor? So he went out and he was asking about, has anybody seen this guy? Then some people said yes, he was picked up by the police, the patrol, and he's been taken to so-and-so prison. So Abu Hanifa goes and he knocks on the door of the governor of Kufa, and he says to him, my neighbor, he's a nice person, nice gentleman. You've locked him up. I've come to intercede for him. He said, Abu Hanifa, of course, without doubt, you deserve it. These were the people had respect as well for the scholars and the ulama. He said, and he gave an issue that release everyone that has been picked up by the police on this night or that night, meaning that not just this man, just release everybody. So everybody came out, everybody was released because of the intercession of Abu Hanifa. Now Abu Hanifa was walking back with his neighbor, taking him back to they're going home, and then Abu Hanifa jokes in a way with his neighbor, and he says, you were singing أضاعوني وأي فتى أضاعوا. You said we have neglected you. Do you think we have really neglected you? And so the young man, he said, no, indeed, you haven't neglected me. You have taken care of me. And that kind of behavior from this great Imam Al-A'zam, Abu Hanifa, resulted in this young man repenting to Allah, changing his ways, leaving the wine and the singing, and he became a good Muslim after that. And just see how this importance of care is not, Abu Hanifa didn't say, oh, I'm not gonna go and ask about this guy. This guy's a drunkard. He's just, a headache or whatever. Or he didn't say to him, I'm gonna release you, but you must stop and you must promise. He just did it without any conditions, because at the end of the day, what wins people over is good behavior, is good etiquette, is good akhlaq, and I think that's what got them in the end. May Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala have mercy on Abu Hanifa and his followers, and may Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala accept us amongst those people who do righteous good, but also enable us to be good to others, our neighbours and the wider community. Maybe Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala will guide them on our hands. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullah.